This is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock. Yay! Man, this is so good. I'm not gonna lie. Dank 7 by Boulevard Brewing. Boulevard Brewing is really starting to become one of my favorite breweries. Not gonna lie. They're trying to convert me to an IPA drinker as well. This is a Belgian style IPA. It's got 7%, so this will get interesting. And I found it at my second favorite store, Total Wine, where I find all my beers at. You can get beers from across the nation. Best beer selection probably in the country, but hey, listen. So let's get into it. News you can booze to. First off, the WNBA playoffs are alive and well. They are alive and well. Caitlin's gone. Fever was bounced. They put up a good fight, but Connecticut, they went ahead and they pretty much swept them. Obviously, their sweeps are a little different. They only get 2 games. Both of them were at home for Connecticut, so it was a very good series. You could just tell that the younger team was the Fever. So shout out to Caitlin and them, and they'll figure it out, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so now Connecticut is actually facing Minnesota, who's actually leading the series. Connecticut is leading the series against them. It's been a defensive game. I will say I watched that game, and they surprisingly, I was expecting more 3-pointers, but it wasn't a lot of them. So it is what it is. But it's right now it's 1-0 Connecticut, and Liberty passed the first round, and they are battling with the Aces in a finals rematch. Currently, they are winning the series 1-0. They ran away with it, to be honest. Hopefully the Aces and the MVP can get their shit together because, it could get ugly quick. And we all know we want to see the MVP win it again, right? Well, at least I do. I want to see a good series. Now, on to the NBA news. Yes, there's NBA news already. First and foremost, bad news. A moment of silence for a legend. Dikembe Mutombo unfortunately passed away from brain cancer. Fuck cancer. But yeah, so a moment of silence for him. Now on to the not so bad news. Kind of odd news, actually. New York Knicks made a blockbuster trade, some would say. They traded for Karl Anthony Towns. They traded away Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. In my eyes, it's a baffling trade. I really didn't understand the logic of it. Maybe they see something I don't, but you give up Randle, who's playing great with Jalen until he got hurt. And you had the Villanova thing going. You just traded to get the third Villanova play. Like, I just didn't understand. I don't understand it. As for Minnesota, you give up Karl Anthony Towns for an injury-prone Julius Randle and DiVincenzo, who's a role player. So are you making Gobert the main focus? I don't really get it. I don't understand it. But we'll see. The season hasn't started yet, and we'll see how they adapt. But all I know is Twitter, X, they have been going hard at Karl Anthony Towns in New York already. So he better, all that tough talk, all that tough stuff, he better fucking come with it, because New York and the Garden, they do not care. They will boo you. They will talk bad about you from the beginning of the game to the end. So, we'll see which cat they get, and we'll see. Now, college football. Jesus, man. All right, so first off, let's talk upsets. First and foremost, we've got an upset. I told everybody, be on the lookout for these guys. Kentucky beats Ole Miss. And I would just say that I'm actually shocked, but then again, I'm not shocked. And this is why college football is what it is. Oh, let me find the video. Where is the video? Wow, blowing it. 7%. All right, so we're here, and all right.
They do their job. That kick is no good. A low duck hook.
Blew it. Absolutely blew it. Kentucky stuck with him. Very defensive game. Kentucky stuck with him the whole time. They blew the kick. They absolutely... Everybody thought Ole Miss was going to have so much firepower as far as offense. I was included. I had them. That was the whole reason I had them in the top 10 way too early power rankings. And unfortunately, they just didn't do what they were supposed to do. And it's crazy to me that they suffered that loss. And people are saying they're still going to make it to the playoffs. Like, they're still going to have a chance to make it to the playoffs because, listen, they exposed the Kentucky may actually slide into the playoffs as well. They exposed the Bulldogs and they beat the SIP. Speaking of Bulldogs, though, how in the world are they continuing to get killed by Alabama every time they play? Every time they play. Georgia literally only has 3 losses in years. We're talking 3 losses in like 3 years. It's 45-3. And all 3 are to Alabama. 2 with Saban, 1 without. No Saban, no problem. I don't know what the hell's going on. But the Heisman race just got real interesting with Jalen Milroe and that beast who is only 17 years old, Williams. Oh my God, this dude is a walking highlight reel. I don't understand how Georgia just could not get it together. Beck, his draft class dropped a little bit, but they made it a game. But it just like it was kind of already too little, too late. It was almost a Hollywood finish, but it was just like it wasn't too little, too late. Now, for the most entertaining thing on television, per Paul Feinbaum, Colorado Buffaloes put belt to ass for UCF. Man, listen, against UCF. Who was favored, by the way, 2 touchdowns, and Shador and them took that personal. Hunter is playing out of this world on both sides of the ball. Listen, if he's not in the if he's not in the race for Heisman, y'all hating at this point because that dude is a beast. And yes, I heard the talk. Everybody heard about the talk with Richard Sherman saying he was bland as a wide receiver and he's actually better at a corner. I don't really feel like it was too crazy of what he said, but Hunter took it personal and did a Heisman pose and everything. So all I'm going to say is let him cook. And please put him in the Heisman race because ain't no fucking way he's not. At any rate, on to Utah. No Cam. Big problems. Cam Rising didn't play versus Oklahoma State. And man, it's taking the effect everybody thought it would, including myself. I said that. I said that they have to have a healthy Cam Rising or it's not going to work. And man, when I tell you it was on display versus Oklahoma State, it was on display. They should have figured something out, but they just could not get it all together. And I just don't know what happened. Like, I don't know, like, the game plan, if they just had everything set up for Cam and he just couldn't play. The quarterback just did not look good at all. And Oklahoma State, they jumped on the opportunity and they took it to them. So, Oklahoma, Boomer! They got their first SEC win against Auburn, and in typical fashion, playing around way too much, keeping it way too close. Yeah, their freshman quarterback actually looks good. He's got some legs. Frisco's on. He's got some legs on him, and he can throw the ball. That Texas OU game is going to be sick. I still see Texas winning, but I like the idea of it going to the wire, and with Oklahoma's defense is playing a lot better The quarterback just got to work out some things, but I mean, he's literally got a week to figure it out. And Texas has been rolling. Texas has been rolling. They haven't missed a damn beat. Doesn't matter who's in front of them. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna ride with OU all day. But listen, I'm a smart man when it comes to gambling. So might take Oklahoma to cover, depending on the spread. So we do got to talk about these rankings though for college football, man. The top 10 is kind of crazy to me. First off, I don't like the fact that Penn State is still in the top 10. I didn't see anything against Illinois, who covered, by the way. I didn't see anything that was like, ooh, they just raw with it. They just great, It was very stagnant, very boring, very. Their defense was okay, you know what I mean? Like, I just think Illinois didn't have enough talent to beat them. That's really all it was. I think when they start playing the bigger names in the Big Ten, I think they'd lose 2, maybe 3. I gotta look at their schedule. But if it's like I think, I foresee them having some issues just off the rip because they're just not as powerful as a top 10 team should be, just in my opinion. Alabama jumps Texas. Now, Texas really only played one top 10 team. I get it. Alabama only played really like one top 10 team, if we're being honest. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Texas has been steamrolling everybody. Alabama's pretty much been steamrolling everybody. So I can see the argument. I don't agree with it. I think Texas should stay where they're at because, they didn't lose. They dominated that game against Mississippi State. Georgia really low key. If they would have pulled it off, if Beck wouldn't have threw the interception at the end, probably could have pulled it off, the upset or the victory. But hey, listen, it comes down to the wire. I get it. Blah blah blah. I just feel like Texas should be number 1. Alabama should be 2, and Georgia should be further down. But listen, beggars can't be choosers. The season will figure itself out. Conference play is in order, and we are about to have some great college football now. Texas, Georgia is going to be insane. Texas OU is going to be nasty. It's just going to be great, man. I just can't wait to see it. Now, I'm going to blend it up a little bit. We're going to talk about the NFL. This first one hurts. I'm not going to lie. This first one hurts a little bit. The Vikings are the real deal. Sam Darnold is playing God level. Like, he's playing Patrick Mahomes-esque level right now. I don't know if, Pat put a little bit of juju on Sam or something. I don't know what happened, but Sam Darnold is playing great. Love came back this game. The defense, like I said, the Vikings defense, man, they have come on great. It was a closer game. At first, it was a blowout because it was 5 turnovers. I mean, you can't win losing the turnover battle like that. It was like 5-2 or 5-1. You can't win. You know what I'm saying? And then you still had a shot to win at the end. It just, you couldn't get an onside kick. I get it. It happens. Rookie kicker. It happens. You know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at it. But Kevin O'Connell, a.k.a. Coach of the Year right now as it sits, is a beast, and he's making that offense run. No Kirk, no problems. I'm telling you, it wasn't Kirk Cousins because Kirk looks a little shaky in Atlanta right now, and I'm just saying it's amazing to see it and how it all has been panning out. And man, yeah, if he ain't your Coach of the Year already, I don't know what to tell you. Ain't nobody else cooking like that man right now. So now on the other side, let's go Cowboys. Yeah, they won. They limped into that victory. Daniel Jones, I'm sorry, he's going to be gone after this year. But along with him packing his bags, I feel like Mike McCarthy will be next. This team looks offensively, they look stagnant. Defensively, they look befuddled, bamboozled, weak as fuck in the middle, if you will. They can't stop the run, and the way that Washington is playing under Dan Quinn with the Rookie of the Year, Daniels, they don't look like they're going to be a slouch or a pushover. I really feel like if they lose the NFC East, which is very, very possible because the Eagles are toilet bowl, and the Giants are a joke. They just beat them. The Cowboys really they have a pretty tough schedule, so I don't see them just dominating like I thought in the beginning of the season because I thought they fixed their defense a little bit. Diggs came back. It didn't stop anything. That game was the most offensively boring game I have ever seen in my life. Now, Giants still had a chance to win that game. And I really feel as if Giants would have won that game, Mike McCarthy might have been left in New York. So, case in point, I don't think Mike is going to last the season. There is a reason that there's a reason they didn't do the extension. You do the math, like I said. He ain't gonna make it. And if he loses the NFC East or they get blown out in the first playoff game again, don't just pack your bags, move back to Wisconsin, whatever the case may be, Mike. It's a wrap. Now, Kansas City still fucking looks beatable. It is so infuriating that they are undefeated. How do the Chargers lose this game? Like, how do they give this weak-ass team? Pat Mahomes doesn't look the same. He's throwing interceptions. Kelsey looks like a shell, an uninterested player. Then they lose Rashee Rice like in the first quarter. So their number one receiver, who looked like he was trying to take Tyreek Hill's spot, absolutely injured, might be done for the season, and they still win. It's so ridiculously infuriating. I don't even know I can't put it into words. The Chiefs, I don't know. They're just not the Chiefs right now. And they did this to us last year, so you can't put anything past them, but it's just like, man, they're just not playing great football. They're really not even playing good football. They're playing like mediocre, lackluster at best football, and they're still finding ways to win, or the opposite team is finding ways to lose. Justin Herbert is hurt. He's looking like a shell of himself as well, but still, Harbaugh was supposed to win that game. So the Bucs continue to roll, baby. And in typical fashion, Baker Mayfield doesn't know how to shut the hell up. And already talking about he was told that it wasn't fun to play with Tom Brady. Now, Baker, listen here, man. You're an OU alum, so I'm going to try to take this a little light on you. You're having a resurgence. But shut the hell up until you win a championship, bro. Who doesn't like winning? So who doesn't have fun when they're winning? Shut up. Win a championship, then you can talk shit. Yes, Tom Brady probably was a dickhead in the locker room, but Tampa Bay hadn't won anything for years and years and years, so he tightened up the ship. So, I don't know, but they rolled the Eagles. The Eagles are in turmoil. Like, Sirianni's another coach, man, that might not make this season, bro. Like, they're calling for his head in Philly, which is crazy because you think about his record and his seasons. Went to the Super Bowl just 2-3 years ago. They're already calling for his head. I really think it falls on the offensive coordinator. He's listening a little too much to Kellen Moore, who is absolutely asinine as an offensive coordinator. I saw a meme the other day. The best thing that Jerry ever did in the league was convince everybody that Kellen Moore was an offensive coordinator. Probably the best sandbag trick I've ever seen in my life because he is the worst. And he continues to show it. Sirianni keeps feeding into this no field goal thing, and I just don't I don't get it. Take the points. Who doesn't want points to win the game? Take the points. So Eagles are continuing to spiral. They got Saquon Barkley. Didn't even use him in the first half. I think he had like 2 carries in the first half. And when he was asked about it, Sirianni kind of played it off like, well, when you get blown out. Huh? What? You still got 2-3 quarters to go. Fucking run the ball. Saquon is your number one offensive weapon. Jalen Hurts is regressing. Run the ball. Period. Just run the ball. Yeah. Absolutely insane. Steelers, bro. Steelers blew it. I can't believe it. They let the Colts drop them in a trap game. Let's just be real, it was a trap game. But everybody's already talking about it. Is it time for us to come back? Is it time for us to get in the kitchen and start cooking? Me personally, I don't think so. I think the offense got a little stagnant towards the end, but they still had a chance to win that game. They had a very good chance to win that game. I think that they just didn't figure it all the way out. I think Justin is figuring it out. Colts defense is lackluster. Justin is getting above lackluster. So he's still got a lot of psychological damage from the Bears. So let him figure it out. Let him work it out. Let Russ continue to help him look at reads, look at this, that, and the third, because Russ, I think this is his last year. I don't think he's going to do, unless he's just trying to steal some money from another division or another team. He's pretty much done. He's cooked, if you will. But the defense, I don't know. I thought the defense would hold up against a banged up, bad Anthony Richardson, who continues to be a turnover machine. But they, listen, Joe Flacco seems to be the kryptonite. Yes, I said Joe Flacco. He's still playing, for Christ's sake. How in the world is he still playing? Anyway, Joe Flacco came in and became the kryptonite to the Steelers as in typical fashion. But on the flip side of that, the reason he came in, Anthony Richardson, Mr. Shane Steichen. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right or whatever the case may be. Bro, you're a moron. You let your quarterback go out, hip injury, and 3 minutes later, when he comes back after, all right, he can walk it off, whatever the case may be, you call the first play a quarterback sneak? Huh? A quarterback sneak? Moron. You are either trying to lose your job, trying to get him out of here, or you're incompetent. One of the two. One of the three. Listen, I don't know. But me personally, dumb play calling. You should have told your offensive coordinator, no, we're not doing that. Let's run the ball or let's throw it. Him doing a QB sneak is absolutely the worst. And now he's injured even further. Like, he wanted to come back in the game. He looked concussed. His hip was probably out of, look, man, you're literally beating your quarterback to death. Andrew Luck. They need to call. They're literally doing Andrew Luck all over again. It's like they got new coaching staff, new everything. But let's just continue to be Andrew Luck nightmare and do it to Anthony Richardson, who, I don't know. Anthony Richardson is seeing ghosts out there. And listen, it's crazy. But Shane, you need to get your shit together, because that was absolutely stupid. The stupidest thing I've ever seen. Niners finally get a win. Oh man, the panic button is averted. They starting to get back healthy. It is what it is. Debo came back. Kittles came back with an amazing touchdown catch. Fred Warner with an amazing interception, pick six. They did what they were supposed to do against the rebuilding New England Patriots. They did what they were supposed to do. Brandon Ayuk, though, everybody's been talking about the story, how he is starting to become a diva because he wanted to wear his own red shorts instead of black shorts like the rest of the team. I think it's being blown out of proportion. He is acting kind of diva-ish, but he's wide receiver number 2. So he wants to be number 1, and he's got to make his mark. He's not playing like it, but he wants to be number 1. That's just what it is. But Brock Purdy is starting to come on and starting to ball a little bit. I think he's the next one to break the bank. They're going to have to pay that man. I don't think he's going to be above 60 M's, though. I think he's going to actually be high 50s. He's going to do a team-friendly deal because the simple fact is that that's the type of guy he gives off to me. He wants the team to win a Super Bowl. He wants to bring 6 to San Francisco. So I foresee him taking a little bit of a pay cut so that he can keep defensive weapons, offensive line, and maybe get another wide receiver or 2 or a running back or something like that, because Christian McCaffrey is cooked. He's done. He's not come back for months. And now, speaking of Kirk Cousins, it's The Falcons get a win, baby. Young Hoku. Field goal crazy. I don't really know what to say about this game. Kyle Pitts had zero catches, 0 yards, no productivity whatsoever. And when asked about it, the coach acted like it was just so disrespectful. And this answer is fucking wild.
Hey, Coach, Rashad Milligan here. I wanted to ask you about, you said there were some things that you guys can work on and you're glad it happened in the win. One thing that was kind of like eye-popping on the stat sheet is Kyle Pitts, 0 catches today. Just how cognizant are you of getting him more involved?
It's just about going out there and winning the game when you're out there and you're playing. He had a couple targets today, had a couple things going out that way. We believe we got a questionable call at the end of the stretch again to Kyle. And, those things are always unfortunate. But, really for me, man, stats are for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But you go out there, you try to win each game, and we were able to win it today. And that's what we did.
Stats are for losers, sir. What? Listen, stats are for nerds. Yes, I agree to that. But losers? Come on, fam. In the era of fantasy football, gambling, DraftKings, Prize Picks, all these great fucking websites where people earn money on this, you asshole. What? Come on, fam. Losers? That's a bit strong. But I do think that he needs to incorporate and get him more different ways to touch the ball. Obviously, Kyle Pitts is getting doubled and getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kyle Pitts is a freak of nature kind of tight end, and he proved that the first year he was there. So my thing is like, why not try to do, I know it sounds crazy, but end arounds with him in it, motion and pitch him the ball type things. I don't know, just something, tight end screen, something. And I'm not a coach. Hey, listen, I'm not a coach. I get it. But my thing is like him having 0 catches and you barely win by a field goal. There's a reason you probably barely won by the field goal. Get him involved, get him the ball, let him cook, let him score, let him go off. He's probably feeling the same thing that everybody else that got him on their fantasy teams right now feeling. Give him the fucking ball. All right. No, I don't have him on fantasy, by the way. I was smarter than that. I actually got Njoku, which might be worse. So, Broncos beat the Jets at home. And it's looking like a wild circus again in New York, baby. I love it. I ain't gonna lie. Aaron Rodgers sending subtle shots to the coach, Saleh backtracking. Oh, what I meant to say, or no, it's not your fault, Aaron. No, it was actually the Broncos playing sound defense. It was actually the Broncos throwing Aaron Rodgers all kind of mixed signals. He didn't know if he should spend the night or he didn't know if he should pack an overnight bag. He was getting basically treated like the fuck buddy throwaway. He looked horrible this game. And honestly, if we're speaking honest, Nathaniel Hackett's offensive plays were terrible. I don't know how do both teams have negative yards passing at half? Crazy. Absolute crazy. Bo Nix beat them with only 60 yards the entire game. And of course, in typical fashion, they missed the field goal to win the game. And Aaron Rodgers is absolutely, listen, they might be getting Saleh out of here quick too. It's the meme they see with the Grim Reaper knocking on the door with the bloody knife or whatever the case would be. It's going to be Mike McCarthy. It's going to be Sirianni. And then it's going to be Mr. Saleh. I'm just saying they are figuring out ways to just blow it. And Aaron Rodgers is not going to stand for it. This is last year, most likely. He's not going to stand for it. So I just feel like this will be, if they don't come close to winning the AFC East, Nathaniel Hackett might end up trying to take his job because that's who Aaron wants to take his job. But that's neither here nor there. By the way, I have to apologize to those of you who are with me and the alum of Bet a Beer or Bet the House. I bet that the Jets would win because the spread and it was a revenge game, first off. The spread was only 6.5 at best on some bookies. It jumped from Saturday to Sunday morning from 6 points to 9. I had to go ahead and take the Broncos to cover because there was no way in a rainy, cold day, windy, that they were going to lose by more than a touchdown. So I did take my L because I bet when I tell y'all I bet when I make the picks, I bet as well. But I saw that on Sunday and was like, I'm backtrack. Let me get some more money involved. And I hit. I mean, obviously the Broncos won, so I hit. So I just want to apologize to my Bet a Beer, Bet the House alum. I will give y'all some extra picks this week, I promise you. Last but not least in the NFL, Buffalo. Still my number one team in the AFC, but they lost in the most horrible fashion. They lost the way they've been whooping everybody else. Ravens are on fire right now. They finally figured out, let's give Derrick Henry the ball. Let's go ahead and let Derrick Henry run downhill. He's physically punching people in the face, and it's legal. Let him run the ball. He had 196 yards and 3 touchdowns. Give him the ball. Please give him the ball. Meanwhile, Josh Allen finally looked human. But a lot of offensive play calling was just really lacking, and it was just really, really strange to me, some of the play calls on offense for the Bills. Like, they got away from what they were usually doing on primetime. They would run the ball, pick apart the defense, dink and dunk, if you will, shorter passes, more sure passes. Instead, they running out here doing end arounds and flea flickers and what the fuck? What? Listen, don't outsmart yourself. Don't reinvent the wheel. Just simply run the ball. Cook is good enough to run the ball. Run the ball. Hell, Allen didn't even run the ball. I don't know. Allen made some great throws. He looked very human. I still have them as the best team in the AFC. Yes, I know they're no longer undefeated, but I still have them as the best AFC team. They had a lot of injuries, and their linebackers and defensive tackles, once they got a taste of Henry, acted like they didn't want another. They didn't want another one. Not another one, sir, please. Derrick Henry. Listen, I do feel like the Ravens are gonna make a comeback. I feel like they're on a hot streak right now, but they're gonna fizzle in the middle of the season, and then they're gonna pick it up towards the end of the season. But they started out 0-2, man. Like, they did this to themselves, you know what I'm saying? But the Cowboys, unfortunately, were a good pickup game for them. They figured out some things. Oh, we can run the ball. Oh, we can do all these things with Henry and Lamar and run this almost like a college offense in the option plays, because it works. Nobody can stop both of them. It's just, yeah. So hopefully they don't reinvent the wheel ever again and they run the ball. Run the ball. Bills need to shore up that Buffalo defense. They need to figure out, they need to get healthy on their linebackers and defensive line. Von Miller was non-existent in that game. I don't even know what. Yeah. So I feel like the Bills are still there. They just need to they need to get healthy and get some more depth as far as when it comes to linebackers that aren't scared to hit, because they probably will see the Ravens in the playoffs again. So with that said, it's time for the beer goggles of the week. We got a blend of college bloopers and NFL commentators and just absolutely craziness. So first up, College Game Day and these kicks have become absolute comedy. And they're just getting worse and worse and worse. So just watch.
Let's talk about no pressure over here with you. You played soccer, right?
Yeah.
And you played football.
Second grade. I played in second grade.
Okay. So, have you ever said anything negative about a kicker?
No, I didn't.
Not a baby Drew.
Well, I'm glad you did.
I'm kicking?
He's been stressed. He's like, this looks like 50 yards. Are you sure?
Yeah.
You got to show Xander.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I got it.
Xander, let's go. Hold it for him. He's been stretching,
Come on,
y'all.
Drewski.
He's been stretching.
Come on,
Drewski.
Pat, is this one and done, or are we going to allow number 2?
I got to check the win.
Oh, God.
Smart. We just chugged a yellow hammer, too.
Let's go.
Hey, if Drewski puts this in, I'll donate $50,000 to something. Here.
Donate $50,000 to me. One more try. No. One more. I want the 50,000.
Listen, I want the 50,000 too, but that kick was absolutely horrible. Bro, what in the world? This was genius by ESPN and College Game Day. This was absolutely genius. That was probably second worst kick on College Game Day. I mean, absolutely terrible. So yeah, that was crazy, man. So next up, we're gonna keep it college. So my question is, as a snapper, you're supposed to know the distance of who you snapping to. SMU, long snapper, I don't even know your name. Come on down.
Yes, it is.
Well, it is relatively speaking. And ball snap.
What? Over the head of Pearson, it's a safety.
Who were you throwing it to the fan in the front row? I don't really get it. Yeah, that was bad. So listen, man, Raiders fans are weird, and we already all know this. They are literally considered the black hole for a reason. They do wild things. I posted on my Instagram the other day how they had a lady dressed up in La Muerta costume, which to me was kind of sick. But they won the game. But this dude, Raiders fans are weird.
Good, but this is maybe the most difficult situation they've been in yet. 3rd and 20.
He's chewing on a fake leg. Why are you chewing on a fake leg? What is wrong with these fans? Raiders fans are by far some of the craziest out there, and that case in point, my man is just eating a rubber leg. I don't even know where he got. Yeah. Anyway, Kurt Warner wanted to let everybody, know about where babies are from or how they're made.
The blitz. They've been having a lot of success against the blitz. Sorry about that. Success against the blitz. So now, what do they do in this situation with Jordan Love?
That's why
right?
they're winning.
What?
That's why they're winning.
That's why I know. So now, what do you do with a guy that's been able to beat you with the blitz? Sorry about that. Sometimes
it's all right. That's how you get. No, Kurt. That's how you get the next gen. That's how you get the next gen.
Sometimes you just got to keep going.
That's how you get a next gen stat. You know what I'm saying?
You can't win them all. Yeah, you can't win them all.
No, Kurt, you can't. And that was absolutely hilarious. My man must have been thinking about something else and had the beer goggles on, because, man, there is no way success and I guess you could mess up success and sex. Hey, listen, I fuck up all the time, but that was hilarious. And, yeah, so beer goggles of the week. Shout out to Kurt Warner. That was hilarious. But now it's time for the 6-pack of the week. And when I tell you there were some amazing catches, there were some amazing runs, I just don't know. NCAA 25, everybody had complaints about how unrealistic the tackling was and all these things like that. But watching some of these games and watching this dude at Boise State, Ashton Jennings, go off the way he did, he is a beast, first off. But some of this is just bad tackling.
Going to keep it on the ground with Genty on 2nd and 10. Look at him bounce off tacklers. Genty with some room. Genty has the speed. You call it long speed. We call it a touchdown. Ashton Genty, a 64-yard score. Give him 6.
Can't just hit him with your upper body and expect him to be finished. You see the one-on-one with Kyle Thornton, and he is not able to get on his hips. And then Gushikin.
You can't expect to tackle him up. You got to hit him low. But, I mean, he bounced through 4 guys before and then he just turned on the Jets. Ashton Jennings, beast. He will be running on Sunday too. So speaking of Sunday and speaking of beast, best wide receiver in the game, I have to say it. This catch was absolutely insane. I don't even know how he caught it. Like, this was Sam Darnold, perfectly thrown ball.
One here at the bottom of the screen. Justin Jefferson and Nixon's covering him. He's right there. It's great coverage. He turns around to look for the ball.
I mean, Nixon was literally holding one arm, like on this man's arm, turned for the ball. He just one-handed, just easily snatched that. I mean, you can't do anything about that. And then he had the nerve to shove him off. Like, come on, man, that's crazy. Listen, Justin Jefferson continues to prove why he is the best receiver in the game right now. By the time he finishes, he might be best receiver of all time. But listen, that's for another argument, another day. But this catch, pointless as it may have been because they were out of the game, but this catch, Daniel Jackson from Minnesota might have a future on Sunday. That boy got hands.
The flag came out, it looked like, for potential interference right there from Zeke Berry. Oh my goodness, that's a touchdown.
Listen, that's a touchdown in the NFL. He turned, how? I mean, it's like he defied gravity or something on that. Like, I don't, anyway, that's crazy. Shout out to him, Daniel Jackson from Minnesota. He gonna be playing on Sundays. But yeah, man, yeah, that's crazy. Next up is, where's my boy from? There he is. So next up is Mr. Jeremiah Smith. This catch was insane.
Kind of the second layer of the defense. Will Howard throws a nice ball.
He's 16, and now going deep for Smith, who makes the catch inside the 20. Oh my!
Watch this catch. Will Howard just throws it up into double coverage. Jeremiah Smith goes up one-handed.
I still can't believe he caught that. First off, he saved his quarterback because he threw it into double coverage. Second of all, he caught it, and with one hand, and as he was coming down, his face mask, literally, dude's hand was in his face mask. He should not have caught that. Like, oh my God, that's crazy. Again, he'll be catching the ball on Sunday because that was absolutely insane, and I feel like, yeah, that was insane. He had two of those one-handed grabs. One of those was a touchdown, but it wasn't as crazy as that one. That one was like, there was no way he was supposed to finish that catch. The defender was all over him, in his face mask, all of the above. Great defense, double coverage, and he still came down one hand. Yeah. So, Derrick Henry continues to show us why he's king. First play of the drive.
Here goes Henry up a big running game against Dallas. Derrick Henry on the run. Henley and Lewis chasing at the 40, at the 30. He will score!
Listen, first off, great blocking. He had a lane, and he found the lane, and it was just catch me if you can, and nobody can. Nobody could. That man was running 29 miles per hour or something like that. It was crazy. And he absolutely did his thing, man. Like I said, if old boy can stop trying to if Harbaugh can stop trying to reinvent the wheel, he will have the most rushing yards. He'll have 1,500 yards this season. 1,500 yards. Next up, like I told y'all, Mr. Freshman, 17 years old, Mr. Williams. I gotta call him Mr. I don't even call him freshman. Mr. Williams made a name for himself. First off, people weren't really they knew him, but didn't really know him. I didn't realize he was 17 until they kept saying it all damn night. They kept saying it all night. I was like, wait, he is 17? and he is 17. But this catch, everybody's talking about the touchdown catch, and just watch.
There's a lot of calm and command from Milroe at the start of this game. He's got to have it right now. And they take a downfield shot. And the catch is made. It's Ryan Williams, still spinning free. Touchdown Alabama, they answer in one play. 75 yards for the 17-year-old. Are you kidding us?
Now, everybody was talking about that catch, right? Everybody was saying how great of a catch that was, and he's such a freakish athlete, blah, 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 blah. But this catch, to me, was way better.
Georgia's zone defense just sitting nicely, the freshman.
And now the freshman goes down the middle. Williams bobbled and caught. And the incredible start for this prodigy continues. He made that an adventure, but another electric play from number 2.
But you put Malachi Starks as a safety who can cover on the electrifying freshman. He's got great ball skills. That ball gets behind him. What a job there by Williams' concentration. But
how do you beat that? Like, it was thrown behind him. You were in good coverage. The ball goes up, so it looks like it's supposed to be incomplete. He contorts his body in a twist to catch. Like, how do you beat that? But again, I told you, they said 17 like 50 times that night. They just continued to say, he's 17, he's phenom and prodigy. Nah, that's a grown man. He is him, okay? He is him, okay? So, yeah, listen, Ryan Williams is going to be a problem. Still, Georgia, man, y'all can't afford to lose too many more times, even though, honestly, maybe they could. This 12, we don't know. This 12-team playoff thing, maybe they might be able to get in with 3 wins. If they're 3 losses, it might be good to get in with 3 losses because they lose to Texas or they lose to SEC championship, things like that. I don't really, obviously if they lose to Texas, they're not getting an SEC championship, but I'm just saying, really, I don't see anybody getting into college playoffs with more than 2 losses. And it's because there are so many good. There are literally 12 good teams right now, and it is showing. Everybody's putting on shows. Still don't think Penn State deserves to be there. But hey, listen, they can be in 12. They could be at like 11 or 12 because But top 10 is a little bit much, and I feel like they'll get. Everyone will be like, oh yeah, bid 30 cents first. I know. But yeah, so thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Tell me if I was wrong, or if tell me what you think about Dank 7, man. Dank 7. Listen, this is amazing. Boulevard has slowly crept up to be one of the favorites. It used to be Community and Roaring Sons and Deep Ellum, but man, when I tell you that Boulevard is putting in work. So, this is Beer 30 Sports O'Clock.